Well, it's the end of week 3 of the LCS, day 2 here with coverage brought to you by Ayla. I'm joined by Hans Hama for our first ever in-person interview, I believe. I don't think I've interviewed you in person previously, and we weren't sure.
I think it's the first time that
First
you
time.
interview me. in
Okay.
person.
Well, first off, how has this weekend been for you? Because I know, obviously, he got to see some play in lock-in, but we got to see you and Coreyjj really together this weekend. So what has it been like playing with him?
It's been really awesome. It feels like he's really on fire. He's like making a lot of shot call. It feels really easy to be playing with him, and I think we can grow really strong as a team and as a bot lane. And my goal with him is to be a really strong bot lane that scares everyone.
Was there any ever concern for you? Because obviously you and Ayla were working so well, and we've seen situations before where like a sub's in LEC or LCS, so then like the main roster player comes back and suddenly like things aren't working as well. So were you like nervous at all that things wouldn't work perfectly immediately?
I was a bit nervous, confused when we had to swap up members all the time to practice. But when Core came in this week, I wasn't really nervous at all or anything. Just I was struggling to be practicing with two different support. I wasn't like, because I need to play differently with those two supports. But yeah, so far it's been very nice experience to play with Ayla. I think he's really good support, and he's his Lulu is insane.
Well, I wanted to ask you too because I remember an interview that we did towards the start of the split where you were talking about how Ayla plays a lot like the way you want a support to play, where he's like in lane with you and you guys are dominating lane, all that stuff. And I remember asking you at the time, like, is that going to be an issue? Because Core roams a lot, and perhaps that might be a little different. So I don't know if that's ever anything that you and Core had to negotiate or navigate together to have him play more of the style you wanted, or how that's gone over the past like month or so.
I think with Core, the playstyle is always gonna not be something like only bot or only roam. I feel like this game, for example, we like played bot and then we translate that lead towards the whole map. It just like maybe with Core we will be able to win the lane and then we have Core moving like we did the yesterday game when we were just pushing and Core is roaming. But still, it's the meta is still you use your lead to go to mid and then mid goes to bot, so it's still playing towards me in a sense. So it's fine, I think.
Very rude cars driving by. Definitely not Hondas. Okay, so it sounds like things are working out okay for you guys. It's you and FlyQuest right now who are at the top. Do you think that they are on your level? Or, I mean, obviously you have the head-to-head to them, but I don't know who you think is anywhere near you guys in terms of strength, or maybe there's nobody.
I think when we play with this, with this roster set, I think I'm not sure who can beat us in the NLCS for now. Last week there was Sinan that looked strong. We won against them, but they were like strong. But yeah,
not this roster.
So far, I'm not sure. If someone can beat us.
All right, let's move a little way. I've got a couple quick questions for you. How's your art going? We haven't seen any drawings from you recently, I feel like.
I've been not drawing so much, but probably in the near future, I will be drawing. I feel like I've been really fond of this Champions Queue, so I spend most of my evening playing it. If one day I become more bored about it, maybe I will draw to relax more. But right now I'm just 24/7 Champions Queue. It's quite a nice environment to practice.
I'm glad you brought it up. Okay, so because I was going to ask about it. How does Champions Queue compare to, I guess, the EU queue or EU West? Because I feel like a lot of players who've come over here from Europe have been frustrated with the North American queue and server and the ping and all that stuff. So do you think that Champions Queue fixes all that?
It's way better than EU solo queue. That's for sure. I don't know how much better. I'm really happy to be having this opportunity to play a better solo queue environment. That's why I just don't mind playing that much. Before I wouldn't be able to play the whole evening EU solo queue because you don't really practice the thing that is useful, and there's a lot of int. But in Champions queue, you always people are drafting a similar way to the LCS meta, and games are not that bad. I think it's making me having improving. I'm not sure about that word. It's just shaping me well.
Okay, yeah.
Not building bad habits, good habits with the Champions queue, and yeah, I think it elevates my level. This thing.
Hans, this is so exciting to me because I have sat out here in this parking lot, and then I guess for the past 2 years, interviewing players who come over from Europe, and they just talk about how bad our solo queue system is and like how it's bad for them. Now it sounds like we might have a better system. You said like this is better than EU West, so like for me it's really exciting. Do you like? Is there any issues now? You think like there? Are there any problems that I'm not thinking about, or is this just a situation where now we possibly have a better system developed talent in?
I think in the system, Champions queue, there's just this. Well, some days you have high queue time because there's not enough, let's say, mid laners, top laners queuing up, and there's so many bot laners, so you have to wait a long time.
Yeah.
Outside of it, I think it's really nice.
That's awesome. So happy to hear that. Fantastic. Well, I know it's getting late and kind of cold. So, is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Thanks for the fans cheering for me and my team, and we will try our best to become the greatest team. And see you next time.
Thank you so much for the interview. Congratulations on the win. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Sometimes you find yourself in the darkness. So why not step out into the light with brilliant monitors from Alienware, which you can get at alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description below. There's also fantastic notebooks and desktops. Their notebooks have wonderful panels on those as well if you're looking for a wonderful monitor, something 4K, maybe high refresh rate. Anyway, check out the description below. And by the way, it's so great to be filming these dumb outros back in front of the studio again. Dumb because I make them dumb, not because my sponsors are dumb. They're very, very cool.